Boys, be good. We're about to shoot a video. Hey, Scott here, Scotty's Animals. What are guinea pigs afraid of the most? I'm Scott, I'm a volunteer at the LA Guinea Pig Rescue, and people often ask me, is this going to scare my guinea pigs, or what kinds of things scare piggies, and how can I make their lives the most comfortable when they adopt them from us and they bring their piggies home? So here's a list of 6 things that guinea pigs fear the most. Number 1, loud noises. Now, not all loud noises are equal, because I have cranked up the music in here, and BB, my cockatiel, and we've been rocking out to Iron Maiden, and we jam out in here, and the piggies, they don't seem to mind, even if I crank the volume up. Now, guinea pigs have very sensitive hearing, so, I'm not cranking it to the level where my ears are bleeding or anything like that, but loud noises such as music or, a constant air conditioner or something loud like that doesn't seem to bother them. But a loud, surprising noise. Now, if I was to just burst open the door and they were all taking naps, they'd be like, ah! Or if I accidentally, if something fell down off of a shelf or got knocked over, or if, suppose I hurt myself and I screamed, ow! Or something like that. A loud, sudden noise is going to scare them. So keep that in mind. Not all loud noises are equal, but you want to make sure that you're not exposing your piggies to loud, especially surprising noises. All right, number 2, wide open spaces. Now remember, guinea pigs are prey animals, so when it's Billy drinking the water for a change instead of Nate. Wide open spaces. Guinea pigs are prey animals, and so when they are outside or under treetops, when we're doing our bonding sessions at the LA Guinea Pig Rescue, sometimes if the piggies don't have a place to hide, they know that they're in a wide open area and they feel exposed, and you can tell that they are more timid. Remember, guinea pigs are prey animals, so they are expecting some hawk to swoop down and snatch them up and take them back to their nest. So don't allow them to feel that fear. So if you do feel inclined to take your piggies outside or to the park, or, and that's something that you can do, is take them outside and let them graze the grass. But they should never be outside unsupervised, okay? But make sure that they have a space where they feel safe. Make sure that they have a place to hide, and make sure that when they are out in wide open spaces, that they have a little place where they can feel safe. Number 3, hands grabbing them. Okay, when you're trying to pick up your piggy, you don't want to chase them around with your hands, which, look at this, let's go back to number 2, they're your hawk-like talons, So I have a video that I'll put right here. It's basically 3 easy ways to pick up your piggies. Now, guinea pigs love to be held, but they don't like being picked up, and they don't like being grabbed. And what's the difference? Well, the moment that they realize that you're chasing them is when they start to get scared. But the moment that you've picked them up and you're holding them in a way that they feel safe, that's when they're no longer afraid. And especially if you have a treat to give them, or even when you come greet them, if you're making noise and of veggies, bag crinkling or chop, 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 or rinsing, they're expecting you to come with treats for them. So if they are expecting you to bring them treats, then they're not going to be afraid, and they're going to actually come up and greet you, and you don't have to chase them with your hawk hands. Okay, so number 3 is grabbing them with your hands. That freaks them out. Number 4, other aggressive guinea pig. Now, if you watch my 5 mistakes that guinea pig owners make, and I have that video as part of my free guinea pig care guide on my website, Scotty's Animals, what I talk about is cage harmony. it's really important that piggies have harmonious cage mates, and that they don't feel that whoever they're living with is going to hurt them. Okay, so you don't want to house them with an aggressive cage mate that's going to bite and hurt them. And if they're constantly feeling afraid, then it's just not the best way for them. So what are the signs of an aggressive cage mate? Now, a lot of times people will say, I had to separate my piggies because they were rumbling and they were purring and they were and shaking their butts at each other. Well, that's what piggies do, okay? My piggies, Piggy Smalls and Nails down here, they're always rumbling and chasing each other. But what you want to watch out for is tooth chattering. Now, sometimes they will tooth chatter and sometimes they will face off. And to be honest, these boys have gotten in a couple fights over the years that I've had them. But they've always managed to sort their problems out, and I wouldn't keep them together if one of them was overly aggressive to the other. But they really make a sweet pair, and despite some of their minor disagreements, they do live together happily and harmoniously, and it's so cute to see them napping together. But that being said, your piggies, if they're not hurting each other, they don't have to be snuggling and laying ear to ear all the time. But if you see tooth chattering, if you see raising up and lunging, and of course if they're rolling around and fur and they're biting each other, if they ever draw blood, it's time to separate them. And the chances of them being reunited are very slim. Remember, we can't control the bonding of them. We really are just there to make sure that the bonds are solid, and if they're not, then it's up to us to separate them. Okay, so number 4 of things that guinea pigs fear the most is an aggressive cage mate. Because remember, these cages look like they're really big, but even the minimum 8 square feet, 10 square feet, if you've got a psycho killer in your cage with you, there's nowhere to run, and it freaks them out, and they don't need to live in fear and live with all that stress. So no aggressive cage mates. Now, I have a bonding rules video that I'll put a link to the entire bonding playlist, and the bonding rules video is the first one. I really suggest you watch that video in its entirety, maybe a couple times, every few months, just to sort of remind you of what harmony is and what discord is in the guinea pig world. And then I really encourage you to watch some of my bonding sessions at the LA Guinea Pig Rescue and some that I've done here, but I've got a lot of bonding videos, and you've got to watch them closely because guinea pig bonding and guinea pig behavior is oftentimes very subtle. But I try to explain some of the things that I've seen, and when, these are really full-length bonding videos, and so I really try to show you the process and also explain some of the more subtle guinea pig behaviors. So I think you'll really enjoy those videos when you have time to really pay attention and watch some of that subtle behavior. So on my website, Scotty's Animals, there's a link to all my playlists, and I really hope that you will jump into them and take a look, because I spent a lot of time putting them together, and I think they're really worthwhile to level up your guinea pig knowledge.
Power up.
Okay, number 5. What's the 5th thing that guinea pigs fear the most? And that would be a predator pet. Dogs and cats, they are predators. I'm not sure what other pets you might have that are predators, but remember, guinea pigs are prey animals. So if you have them in a setup where there's a cat constantly lurking around, now I'm not necessarily talking about UK. Now, just because you know that your dog or cat would never harm your guinea pigs doesn't mean that your piggies understand that. And so do they really need stress of having pets stalk them or even just intruding in their peaceful environment? So maybe they are no actual threat, but ask yourself, is it in their best interest, in your piggy's best interest? You might think it's cute to have all your animals interacting together, but one mistake, one fluke, and it's a heartbreak, and it's something that you'll never forget, and something that could scar you emotionally, and that you'll have to carry with for the rest of your life. So predator pets can really strike fear into your piggies, and you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? That doesn't mean that you can't have dogs or cats if you have guinea pigs. It just means that you've got to really control the interaction between them, and most likely probably limit it, keep it to a minimum. So that's number 5, is predator pets. They freak your piggies out. Okay, now let's talk about number 6. What is the 6th thing that guinea pigs fear the most? And that is being alone. Now, it's not that guinea pigs necessarily are afraid of being alone, but if any of these previous things that we talked about, like loud noises or wide open spaces or hands grabbing them or other aggressive pigs or whatever we're talking about, guinea pigs are herd animals. So whether it's boys or girls, they always can benefit from having other piggies in the room. If they can't get along with the piggy, just having them in a side-by-side situation still provides a sense of security that they wouldn't get if they lived alone. So guinea pigs are herd animals, and if there was a loud noise, or if there was some kind of scary situation, and one of them is frightened, but the other one is like, he does that all the time, right? Then they understand from each other what to react to and what not to react to. It's a lot like a school of fish, but these herd animals, they derive a big sense of security from each other. So while it's not all about boredom and loneliness, and they wouldn't necessarily, be so afraid that they're all alone, in the situation where things happen, they get a sense of understanding and security from the way other piggies behave around them. Well, I hope this video helped you think more like a guinea pig, or help you understand your piggies a little bit better. Now, if you want even more, there's a free guinea pig care guide on my website, Scotty's Animals, and it covers everything from how to set up a cage to how to create a harmonious environment with all of your piggies, and it covers diet and illness. And I even have on my website, I have a vet list of vets recommended by viewers like you from all around the world. So whether you're in the United States or Canada or different countries all over the world, there's probably a vet near you on that list. And if you've got a vet that's not on that list, send me a message. There's a contact form on my website, and I'll add it to that list. I'm doing the same for guinea pig rescues. It's not quite as, I haven't quite finished it yet, but send me the list of your rescue also, and I'll add it to my list. So thank you guys so much. It really means the world to me that you guys would watch the channel and consider my advice. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Let's continue this conversation in the comments. I look forward to hearing from you. See ya!
So right here is the latest video, and also a video that the YouTube algorithm thinks would be perfect for you specifically. I'm not messing around. The YouTube algorithm thinks that this video is the best video of mine for you to watch next.